Alright, let's get into it. One of those nights in Minnesota sports. Watching the last couple minutes of the Wild, predictably laying a complete fucking egg in Game 7. It's 5-2 right now. It was 2-2. But complete domination again. Second period, I don't know what it is about these second periods in this series, but Wild have been terrible in every single one of them. It was 4-2 after 2. You know, you're playing a Game 7, home or road. Your goalie's got to be good, and Talbot was just not. Like, he let in a couple. Like, the defense was terrible, but and they lost Brodin. The defense was bad, but he let in a couple goals that you just can't let in a Game 7, or I mean any game, any playoff game, but especially not a Game 7. You just can't. And kind of the same shit. Like, Wild struggle to score. They get chances and then they turn it over, or just have bad shots or whatever. So, their season is over in about 3 minutes. And Twins got clowned at home by the Royals. Their little win streak ended 8-3. They lose. Game went to hell in what was it, the fifth inning, sixth inning. They're up 1-0. Garver can't catch a fucking relay throw, and there's an empty netter. Garver can't catch an easy relay throw. I mean, not easy, but I mean, it should be. Play that had to be made. It's not made. And it becomes 3-1 Kansas City in the blink of an eye. And, Dobnak, for some reason, is left in an inning too long, even though he just gave up 3 runs. He goes and loads the bases with nobody out, and then Genius Boy Rocco puts in Stashak, who, surprise, surprise, gives up all the insurance runs, and it's 8-1, and they scored a couple and made it 8-3, so they lose. So they're now 20-30. They're still far from 500. And to top it all off, in fact, I can probably check the score here, see what we're up to. And of course, it's not commercial, but it's not going to be good news because the Lynx are going to be 0-4. They're getting fucking killed by Seattle, even with Nafisa Collier back. This is one of those fucking nights. They're still throwing hats on the ice in Vegas, but so yeah, it's 6-2 Vegas. So one of those nights. Not only did all 3 of our teams lose, all 3 of them got fucking killed. Obviously, like the Twins thing, their season's already basically fucked. The Lynx, I mean, at this point, you're just hoping they can make a run to get into one of those last playoff spots, and maybe they can. I mean, they were in obviously a bad spot to have to play Seattle twice in a row right off the bat. But the Wild, look, people are gonna say, "Oh, they weren't really expected to be here and stuff," but I'm so fucking tired of that, of being told that. Like, okay, maybe they weren't supposed to be here. You're still here in a Game 7. Win the fucking game. Once you get to a Game 7, I don't want to hear, "Oh, we weren't supposed to be here." This is it's a fucking terrible performance. It's like, okay, maybe they will be. Maybe this is like the beginning of an era of contention, and maybe they'll be a legitimate like cup contender in future years. But okay, so what? That doesn't excuse a 6-2 beatdown in a Game 7 where your veteran goalie, wasn't good, and your defense was not good, and you let goals in that you can't let in. okay. It's just that same old tired refrain of, oh well, we could have done this, we could have done that. We weren't supposed to be here. We exceeded expectations. Okay. Well, other fucking franchises can exceed expectations and go further than you know a one and done playoff game or series. We can't. Like, it's just fucking irritating, man. Win the goddamn game. Like, you had the momentum. You just like, okay, maybe you did overachieve. So what? You think the Wild in 2003 were not better than Vancouver or Colorado, but they still got into Game Sevens and won them. They didn't throw up a fucking turd of a performance, 6-2, and go out with a terrible performance like this in a Game 7. So I don't want to hear this. Oh, we overachieved. We weren't even supposed to be here. Who gives a fuck if you were supposed to be here? You were here, and you played like shit in a winner-take-all Game 7. So, great night, Minnesota sports. I don't know how I do this. How do I continue to do this? But now officially, all we have left until training camp is a terrible Twins team that has gotten a little more respectable over the last couple weeks, but is still very bad, and a Lynx team that is much worse than we expected. So, here's to the summer.